I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rekah Kodash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men I learned this truth from. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings unto all the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means He exists or He is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahushai, which means He is the deliverer. Okay, and we are the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Atlantis, Hispanics. We make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel, the self-proclaimed white man, Caucasian, European, etc. They're Esau, Edom, Idumea, and the end of the world, according to Bible prophecy. All right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob's name was changed into Israel. So we're living in the last days of the rulership of Esau, Edom, and the beginning, all right, of the everlasting kingdom of Yahushai. All right? And the elect are going to rule in the kingdom under Yahushai forever, starting with the first fruits, the 144,000, the elect, the 1/3, men, women, and children. All right, and 2/3 are not going to make it on this first go-round, but it will come back as the children of the elect, hence all Israel shall be saved, right? It's going to be a response video. I've seen a lot of brothers, pastors, and elders, doing lessons on this, pretty much speaking about how we're prophets of doom, going back to what Trump said 5 years ago. And Trump said we must reject the prophets of doom, all right? So let me see. This is fair use. Fair use. You're not using this video for any monetary gain, strictly for entertainment, educational purposes only. Again, fair use. All right, so I'm going to play a few seconds of this clip.
The perennial prophets of doom and forests. But to embrace the possibilities of tomorrow, we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their predictions of the apocalypse. They are the heirs of yesterday's foolish fortune tellers. And
you see that, and that's all I need to play. And you can actually Google that clip for yourself. But he said we need to reject the perennial prophets of doom and their, pretty much their prophecies of the apocalypse. And you look up the definition of perennial, right?
Perennial.
It says present at all seasons of the year, persistent, enduring. That reminded me of that scripture in First Peter's. This is not Peter's, Timothy. 2 Timothy 4:2. Let me just go to this one. 4 verses 1 through 2 Timothy chapter 4 verses 1 through 2. I charge thee therefore before the Most High Yahweh and the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead as appearing in his kingdom. Preach the word, preach or prophesy, right? Be instant, in season, out of season, right? So we're coming up upon the Passover, the springtime, the summer. So that's typically in season. Right now we're out of season, the dead of winter, where it's hard to get up in the mornings. It's cold outside. You don't want to be out there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. So that's out of season. So a lot of camps, a lot of Israelites, a lot of people that, profess to be men of the Lord or the Lord sent them or Christians, etc. They refuse to go out in the wintertime. You heard Trump, even Trump knows, he said we're the perennial, which means, I'll go back to it, present at all seasons of the year. And that's the perfect example of that is our apostles and elders, the Great Millstone, the bishops, and the several elders and the heads and leadership that the Most High set up around the world. Those men are perennial. They're enduring, and they're present. You can see them out there at all seasons of the year. All right, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So that's what we are doing with this word. All right, and scaring the shit out of the elites because they know the prophecies, right? But at the same time, Esau really believes in his heart of hearts, This is Psalms 49, verse 11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So I actually believe that their rulership's going to last forever and ever. It's just going to continue and go on and on. They're going to rule the next 100 years. They're going to set up their smart cities. They're going to chip everybody with the mark of the beast, which is the Rice device. Their inward thoughts, their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So that's the rulership of Esau, Edom. They don't think they're never going to go down in their pride. But then the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, he rose up his men, all right, to be perennial, which means endure and present at all seasons, to let you know that you are going to go down. This is 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. So there is a doomsday coming, right? You break down the word doom, it actually goes into judgment, okay? It says doom, if you look up the noun, it says some old language, a law, statute, decree, justice, judgment, righteousness. Okay, so there's a day of righteous judgment. Okay, righteous justice that's coming. You go down, it says, I'm reading the bottom half here, right? I thought this was interesting. It says, from doomsday and the finality of the Christian judgment. Disciples were first called Christians at Antioch. So the true and actual Christians are the men of Yahweh Shem Shai, the apostles, the disciples, the prophets, the teachers, etc. Right? And it's the general after 1600 from doomsday and the finality of the Christian judgment. Crack of doom is the last trump. So that's not a coincidence, man. I don't believe in coincidence. This says the signal for the dissolution of all things. And who's in office? Donald Trump. He said, how did he say it? My Christians, you won't have to vote anymore, my Christians. He's doing away with a lot of laws and legislations to where this man could potentially have a third term if we're here that long. But I don't see it. Yahweh Shem Shai Adonai Radazah. I pray that we're not here that long because we're in the spirit of haste in the day. Look up the verb of doom, to judge, pass judgment on, meaning to condemn punishment. Okay, so there's a day of righteous punishment. Okay, that's going to fall upon Esau, Edom, the other nations, and 2/3 of our people. Okay, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Right, Esau is the end of the world, judgment day, doom, nuclear destruction. Babylon the Great hit with nukes, burning. Babylon the Great destroyed by fire, never be inhabited again. All right, the second coming of Yahweh Shai and the chair is coming to deliver his people and also to bring destruction. All right, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Okay, so that's the times we're living in. We're in the time of the enduring, present at all seasons, perennial prophets. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about the message because the message ain't going to change. All right, that's just what a prophet does. Okay, this is Jeremiah 28. And verse 7, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophet that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that falls upon America too, which is Babylon the Great. You have men out there, everlasting, present at all seasons, enduring, Lord willing until the end, prophesied against this great country of war, and that's civil war, Egyptian against Egyptian, martial law war against the people, different racial skirmishes, tension there, and of evil. Famine is evil, lack of food, starvation, water, protests, economic collapse, the money failing, concentration camps, all of that is part of the evil. and of pestilence, different diseases, man. Motherfuckers getting sick and not recovering, just dropping. So that's what the prophet would do. So this is why the prophets weren't liked. Okay, this is why the prophets were killed, because they had a message that didn't sit well with the people. All right, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh Shem Yahushua had truly sent him. So we're not in the times of peace. So anybody telling you that it's going to be peace, prosperity, you're going to have generational wealth, you're going to have houses for your sons and your daughters, that's bullshit. Okay, we're not in the time. Those guys are telling you smooth things. Okay, which is what people like to hear, especially the Israelites. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10. Let me see. 30 and verse 8. Start at 8, Isaiah 38. Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in the book. So it's the Most High commanded Jeremiah to write what he's learned or what he's heard, what he's seen in the visions or dreams. All right, to note it in the book. That's why we have the book of Isaiah. It's also why we have the book of Habakkuk and all the books, scribes. All right, and when the apostles were on the scene, Matthew, the publican, he was the scribe, right? That it may be for that Jeremiah was with Baruch. Baruch was a scribe. So there was always men with the men of the Lord writing things down. Okay? That it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why 2/3 of our people are going to be judged, because they're rebellious, they're lying, and they don't want to hear the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and ultimately they will perish through lack of knowledge. 10, would say to the seers of the prophets, because they see things. Like, we can actually see this thing. We can actually see this World War III popping off in the Middle East, like we've been saying, See not, and to the prophets prophesy not unto us right things, which is doomsday, apocalypse, second coming of Yahushua. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip, where the Israelites, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, self-proclaimed. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So that's what our people would rather us tell them. That's what they would rather hear. They would rather hear smooth things, and they want you to prophesy unto them to the deceits, because men love darkness rather than light. Okay. Let's see what else I got. Let me see. There is an example of the prophet Micaiah. Let me see. This is the story about the prophet Micaiah and the king Ahab of the northern kingdom. Let's see. That's NIV. I don't want NIV. I want KJV. This is 1 Kings 22. All right. This is 1 Kings 22. I'm going to start at the top. And they continued 3 years without war between Syria and Israel. Israel is the northern kingdom. All right. At this time, when you're reading 1 Kings 22, you have to understand that at this time the nation of Israel was split into two. And you have Israel, the northern kingdom, which is Ephraim and his companion, the 10 tribes. And you have the southern kingdom, which is Judah and Benjamin. And then the Levites got kicked out of all the land of Israel, so all the Levites clave unto Judah and Benjamin. And they, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, right? And it came to pass in the third year that Jehoshaphat, all right, the king of Judah, came to the kingdom of Israel. So they it's two different kingdoms. It was the same people, but the kingdom got split after Solomon passed. Okay, so these were brothers, so they were, so the king of Judah tried to come to his aid. And the king of Israel said unto his servants, Know ye that Ramoth and Gilead is ours, and we be still and take it not out of the hand of the king of Syria? And he said unto Jehoshaphat, Wilt thou go with me to battle to Ramoth Gilead? Right, so the southern kingdom went to go get, his brothers, the northern kingdom, to battle. And Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, I am as thou art, my people as thy people, my horses as thy horses. And Jehoshaphat, so that proves we're all one people, all the tribes, right? And Jehoshaphat said unto the king of Israel, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. So that's what the kings would do. The prophets were over kings. The prophets would rebuke kings, set kings up, like Samuel set up Saul and David, right? Then the king of Israel gathered the prophets together, about 400 men, and said unto them, Shall I go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they say, Go up, for the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And Yahushua said, Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides, that we might inquire of him? So those 400 men were just telling the king what he wanted to hear. And to go a little deeper, the Most High put a lion's spirit in the mouth of those 400 men. All right? And Yahushua said, Is there not a prophet of the Lord besides, that we might inquire of him? And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man, Micaiah, the son of Imlah, by whom we may inquire of the Lord. But I hate him, for he do not prophesy good concerning me, but evil. And that's how we're looked at out there. All the brothers, we're hated. We're hated of our own. They say that we worship the devil. They say that we're taking the scriptures out of context. They say that we're evil. We're a hate group. All right, they show their hatred. Right, and Yahushua said, Let not the king say so. Then the king of Israel called an officer and said, Hasten me hither, Micaiah, the son of Imlah. And the king of Israel, Jehoshaphat, and the king of Judah sat each on his throne, having put on their robes, and a void place in the entrance of the gate of Samaria. And all the prophets prophesied before them. And Zedekiah, the son of Kenah, made him horns of iron, and he said, Thus said the Lord with thee, Thou shalt push the Syrians until thou have consumed them. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it to the king's hand. And the messenger that was going to call Micaiah spake unto him, saying, Behold, now the words of the prophets declare good unto the king with one mouth. Let thy word, I pray thee, be like the word of them, and speak that which is good. Right. So even today, there's many false prophets. There's many people, men and women, that have the Bible. They're just telling these people what they want to hear, and people are eating it up. But then you have the true men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the prophets of doom, just telling you straight like it is, man. And Micaiah said, As the Lord liveth, what the Lord said unto me, that I shall speak. So he came to the king, and the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go up against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? And he answered him, Go and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver into the hand of the king. And the king said unto him, How many times shall I abjure thee, that thou tell me nothing but that which is true in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? And he said, I saw all Israel scattered upon the hills as sheep that have not a shepherd. And the Lord said, These have no master. Let them return every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? And this is what you're going to get from the prophets that the Most High set up. All right? Times of evil. All right? Not good things, man. And he said, Hear thou the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left hand. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? So all the people around Trump, they're likened unto those 400, and the elites, because they're making prayers and sacrifices unto Satan. But at the end of the day, they're being deceived because they're getting ready to lose, right? So this is now a council taking place in the heavens, verse 20. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, another said on that manner. And Ahab came forth the spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail. Go forth and do so. And now, therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil concerning thee. So there's a lot of false prophets, out there, right? But it's actually so that Esau can fall. All his counsels with Satan's different demons. That's so they're setting you up to fall. But then on the right-hand side, you have the men of the Lord telling you what's happening, just like this account, But Zedekiah, the son of Kenah, went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way went the Spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto thee? So as they got angry, they started hitting them, man. Okay? They started smiting them. And that's going to happen to us. That's going to usher in a time of persecution and Jacob's trouble, etc. Right? So just a quick response video. I pray this has been edifying and comforting. Right? So I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect.